I always had a love for storytelling and animation. Whether it was Avatar, The Last Airbender, How to Train Your Dragon, Puss in Boots, Robin Hood, Spider-Verse, and of course, Treasure Planet. You can see where I'm going from here. I love animation. I especially love 2D animation. It just has this magical feel about it and has way more character than 3D does. I wish people just continue doing 2D instead of doing live action remakes. I think Treasure Planet was a big animation breaker back in the day, as they seamlessly blended 2D and 3D together, which was pretty hard to do back then. Where other animations tried and failed, like Avatar, The Last Airbender, you could definitely tell that's 3D in a 2D world. Not only that, but the story was so well written too, and it was so beautiful, of a son and a father figure, and of coming of manhood. So you can imagine why I was so disappointed, along with everybody else, when Disney canceled the sequel, before it even had a chance, as the first movie didn't do well in the box office. Now, it's been about 20 years since Treasure Planet was released, and as the movie grows older, the audience grows bigger. A lot of people love this movie and say it's so underrated, and I agree with them, along with The Emperor's New Groove and Atlantis. I have a confession to make. I have never seen Atlantis, but I hear it's good. Yet still, Disney doesn't see its worth. So, what do? Something incredibly insane, to say it the best. A fan-made sequel to Treasure Planet. You see, for a while now, I had this idea. It came about late at night. It was actually 3 a.m. I thought to myself, why don't I make a fan-made sequel to the beloved movie Treasure Planet? So, here we are now, a girl who has no background in animation or film, making a fan-made sequel. I mean, how hard can it be? It's actually very, very hard. But just because something is difficult doesn't mean you give up. So, I didn't. What to do first? Well, doing your research is always a good place to start. So, look a good girl, I did my homework and looked into the details of the first movie. One of the things I looked into is how long did it take to make, because I have to see if it's realistically possible for me to make it within roughly 4 years, like most studios. So, I looked it up, and even though it says the film was released in 2002, the idea for it wasn't even pitched until 1985. So, if we do our math, and oh my gosh, that's 17 years! Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm young. That just goes to show how much time and work can you put in a movie. The other thing I need to look on was budget, because since this is a fan-made film, I cannot make profit and everything has to come out of pocket. Yeah, I don't think I have that type of money. Let's see if the animation is easy. Oh my goodness. Are they trying to make this impossible? It just gets harder as we go. But enough complaining. Instead of looking what I don't have, I can look at what I do have and utilizing with the skills I have on hand. So here's the layout of the plan. I'm planning to make this into a show, as it will be easier than a movie. So I start with the concept art, as a lot of shows and movies start with it, like Lord of the Rings. A lot of it starts with concept art, and I'm also writing the script right now for episode 1 to be kind of like a fan-made pilot episode. Like I said, I've already been writing episode 1 of the script. Once that's done, I'm wanting to get voice actors and impressionists for the original characters. Unfortunately, I can't pay to hire because it's a fan-made film, and I don't really want to get sued. So, I want help from you guys. Anybody watching or who knows of this project are welcome to come and help. I will send out a date when I will be acquiring voice actors, impressionists, story artists, 2D and 3D animators, artists, etc. But for now, I'll just give you a little snippet of the story. Here's the outline of the first episode. The story continues 2 years later as we follow our main character, Jim Hawkins, now a student at the Interstellar Space Academy, where he leads a team of his own, composing of new characters, Jeffrey Ave and Philin Ave, two twin brothers, and Kate Blake, a rich girl who was forced into the academy without her consent. At the academy, they compete with other teams to get a top spot at the school. Jim, who is a prodigy, is also a hotshot, which always leads him to making bad decisions and odds with other students. In particular, Ezek, one of the Admiral's sons, who is always overshadowed by Jim time and time again. The Admiral, Sir Leon, recognizes Jim and his crew's skill and potential and promotes Jim and his crew to study under him as future captain and crew of his ship. But Ezek is not very thrilled about this idea. He thinks he should have his father's position, not Jim. So in a desperate hope to regain his right, he cuts a deal with a mercenary to get rid of Jim for good. Meanwhile, Navy ships start to mysteriously disappear throughout the whole entire Terran Empire. No one knows who or what attacked those ships, as they completely went off-grid, not leaving even a trace. Well, that's all I'll say for now. If you have any questions or want to see some of the concept art or character designs, please go to my YouTube at Tro Martinson. Again, sorry for the audio. I had to film this on the floor of my room and had to film it different days as well, as I got sick and I couldn't record, and for some reason the recordings sound different, so I apologize for that. And I also have a dog walking around. We decided right now would be a perfect time to go walking around while I was recording. So, yeah. Bye!